What's going on, everyone? Dr. Jason here.
Hey, it's Mark Chan here.
And we're from 416 Dentistry in Toronto, Canada. And today's gonna be exciting because we're gonna be doing another unboxing. And today we're gonna be unboxing the Shining 3D MetiSmile. It's a face scanner that we're gonna be using in our practice, and that's gonna greatly help us because we take a facially generated treatment planning approach when we're doing our smile designs and smile makeovers. And we really like to use facial references and facial features in order to design a smile, because when we're working on teeth need to look like they fit a person's personality and face and facial type. And so it's really important to be able to communicate this to the lab, right?
It's also communicated to the denturist and the other team members too. Because renownedly, it's like really difficult for a lab technician who works at a bench to have a patient's face there. Usually they're doing an indirect restoration, whether it be veneers or cosmetic dentistry like Jay does, or even dentures for like myself. The missing link is the patient's face or the patient's avatar face or 3D image.
Yeah, so when we're working with the patient's chair side, we get the luxury of being able to see the patients. And oftentimes when the ceramist and the lab technician is putting their heart and soul into these restorations, making them look so nice, they don't really get to see the face. And so sometimes I'm hesitant getting these restorations back because I know they're going to be beautiful, but then when you put it in, you're like, please don't be a can't, please don't be a midline shift.
Oh my gosh, that's
so
bad.
you know, in dentistry we want things to be as predictable as possible, and technology is supposed to make our lives a lot easier, efficient, and
predictable.
Predictable. So this is something that's going to definitely help with that. So let's get inside. Oh, actually, before we talk about that, I think we want to talk about the emotional aspect of dentistry too.
Yeah, for me as a denturist, I think the emotional side of denture is like most of my patients that come to our office at 416 are at the end or like the last hurrah because they're the dental cripple, because all of dentistry has failed. So they're really at their lowest low, and the ability to give a patient a preview to their imagination and actually give them a hope or to see what they could be is something that's really incredible with this technology. Usually for a denturist, we put a trident in a patient's mouth, and that's not really emotion. They have to decide on their smile in 10 minutes, which is really difficult for a patient to like decide. You know, like 50 years or 40 years of e-dentalism, and then in 10 minutes they have to decide if this smile is right for them. So this is kind of like a low-risk, non-invasive way for a patient to plan with the clinician, whether it be a dentist or a denturist, or even plan with a lab technician, because some dentists do dentures too. And I think that's a really important emotional side of things. For the cosmetic side of things, I think emotional dentistry is really important. I think patients don't really understand what they're getting or what they could get, right? I think that's something that's important for you.
Definitely, and also to be able to communicate certain limitations to patients too. Being able to show them what this preview may look like. Talk about the treatment planning, the sequence of steps that are involved, and certain things that may not be possible.
What we can or can't do. So like in the case of immediate dentures, sometimes you need to remove some bone, and I don't think sometimes patients realize what that entails. They just look at themselves in the mirror, and having like a 3D image wrapped around their face, seeing that real time, and real time is really important. I think just taking a photo and a 2D image is something, but actually be able to see your teeth inside of your head is really interesting.
And like we see it all the time, like this is a big investment for patients, right?
Yeah.
And so for them to be able to invest sometimes something that they saved so long for and not be able to see it's hard. And also imagine being able to have that conversation with the clinician and then having them be able to come home and speak to their loved ones, their
Which
spouse,
is really the important part,
right?
because at the end of the line, you know, when the restoration is finished and inserted, whether it be dentures or cosmetic dentistry, these patients have to live with the family members that look at them every single day. And that's probably the most difficult part about cosmetic or even like dentures, is that when the patient goes home, are the actual family members going to accept the treatment plan too? Because we are also treatment planning for the family sometimes as well, you know?
So obviously it sounds like there's so many great applications to this technology, but today is the unboxing.
Yeah, I guess we're going to get into it. All right, let's get into it.
And so we're going to open this up here. Let's do that. So it comes really nicely sealed and packaged from Shining 3D. Let's open this up here. All right, break and seal. Let's do this. We got a lot of foam here. There you go. Okay, let's open this box. Well packaged. I got it. Okay, cool. You can take out the carrying case here.
Cool. I'll take the case out. For those who are watching our other video, similar case, we'll pop it open. So portability is pretty important. Obviously with the Shining products, they come well packaged, both in shipping, but also for transport. So for those dentists who are traveling from office to office, whether it be associate or at multiple practices, It's kind of a nice architecture to transport your gear. You don't need to look for a Pelican case. It's safe, it's secure, and you know, we all lug things around in our car. We throw it in the back seat with our kids or not kids, or you know, all that junk in the back of our car, so it will not get damaged. So let's just take this a little bit and pop it open. And here we go. Just want to make sure we don't drop anything. There's some heavy stuff. And turn it sideways.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
There we go.
So we see everything's really nicely laid out here. We see that, let's just name everything that comes in the box here. So we have the MetiSmile scanner here. We have the tripod. This is an adapter cable, another adapter right here. And this here are the markers.
Just like the other scanner we saw, the intraoral scanner, it comes well packaged too. Systematically labeled so you can put it back in the right place, because we have bad habits as dental professionals not to put it back. So that's the scanner itself. I'm gonna show this. It
looks nice. Looks like iRobot.
Like iRobot? Yeah. It's like super sleek and well designed. It actually feels like really good quality. If you feel the actual,
that feels premium.
Yeah, it feels like a premium product in your hands. It doesn't feel too like rinky-dink or plastically made. It actually has a silicone protector, which is really interesting because we all know all of our technology are subjected to nicks and bumps in everyday practice. So think
about like our device, mobile device. We have protection on that one.
Yeah, so like that's another thing. Like our intraoral scanners drop. So this is another scanner too, which may be on a dust. So this gives an extra layer of protection, which is well thought out of.
Nice.
One cable, so that's really cool. I think we have 2 high definition cameras and a texture camera, which we'll get into in the other video, and 1 button activation for pushing, which we'll get into the video as well. So that's the actual unit itself, the MetiSmile unit. And we have the power adapter cable, just like the intraoral scanner. So we have the North American plug, which we'll show the plug in a moment, but that's the power cable, power block. Take that, put that down. Tripod. Go. So that, I'll put this on the floor. Okay. So cool. And then we have the tripod, which is also well thought out. Just see if we can undo this. Ball joints. Because the actual unit can be used as a handheld unit like this, but it also can be used in an extension just like such. So we're going to extend it fully. So some of our patients are taller or shorter. I didn't actually know it was this long.
Yeah,
I was kind of surprised. I don't know if we could use it directly from the floor, but it's quite long.
Let's set this up. Let's see.
Yeah, cool. I'll move the case to the floor and just
I'll just set
it to the side just
so
so don't drop anything. Okay, is that cool?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So yeah, it's actually pretty smooth.
Telescopic.
Oh yeah, telescopic. And so this is kind of even taller than me right now when it's on this table here.
Down a touch. Yeah. Gonna put it on actually?
No, we'll put it on it because we're going to be doing a demo later on in order to show how this this technology works. But no, let's extend it to its very tallest height. Did it just? Because we're gonna see how high this thing goes.
There we go. It's fully extended now.
So when it's on this table here, it's almost taller than me. But okay, well we're gonna measure this here for you guys, and you're gonna see how tall this thing is. So maybe if you're gonna be putting on a table, a bench, or something.
It also depends on when you're gonna do the facial scan too. So if it's in a consult, but maybe it's seated in a waiting room or in your photography room, so they can be seated in a chair. In the case of a surgical application or a surgery application or a try-on situation, our patients may be seated in a chair, so you can go into handheld mode quite seamlessly. You don't have to disconnect the camera. You can go from like full standing mode directly to handheld mode in one shot. So that's really cool.
Let's lower this here.
It's really nice actually.
Yeah.
Cool.
So maybe I'll just leave this here. Okay. Cool.
And the rest of it's just auxiliary cables for connection to the computer. We have the actual HDMI cord, or it's just a video cord. Oh, that's the power cable, North American power cable. Don't have to take out, but it matches your country. Obviously, if you're in the UK, it has a UK plug. And then we have the relay box, which allows you to connect the. We already saw this relay box in the other scanner, so you can seamlessly connect actually both units. So if you have the Shining aerial scan both wireless or corded, you have this hub that allows you to connect both units. So you do not need to switch or disconnect and reconnect. You have the same architecture, meaning that you can plug in the intraoral scanner here, and then also the face scanner in this plug. So cable management is really important because if we have a ton of cables, we're gonna have a lot of issues. So this keeps the setup really clean. Nice, that's really cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's really awesome. They've well thought of, because if you bought the intraoral scanner and then bought a scanner, you're like, I'm running out of plugs.
Yeah, there you go.
And then you have to buy a hub, so that's good.
And And I think that's pretty much it. I think there's a USB key there for maybe some software.
So if you want a cold install and you don't have internet and you want to just get scanning right out of the box, the software comes included on the USB stick, so you can install it on your computer directly. Cool, sounds cool. And lastly, but most importantly, we also have the calibration plate in the back panel. I was wondering why it was so heavy. So we'll just take this out here and just slide this out. There's calibration dots.
Oh, okay.
We have calibration
cool.
dots. Just like the lab scanner, which we're going to unbox later on, this is also the calibration plate that we would use to calibrate the actual face scanner itself, so it's completely accurate. So it's a true translation of what you see is what you get.
Cool. Yeah, so when we do our demo, we're going to show you how to calibrate this unit, show you a live demo of it actually being in use, which is great, so you'll see how easy it is. Where anybody in the office, I believe, should be able to use it.
Yeah, actually, a friend of mine actually did have the scanner, and she gave it to her auxiliary front of house staff, and she got scanning right out of the box with just a YouTube video.
There you go. So we're going to show you guys how easy it is to use and how effective and efficient and accurate it is. So we will see you all later, and thanks so much for watching.
Take care.
Bye.